Hi team, this is Ewing talking you through your middle of year math, I analysis, and action planning template. In order to rock this today, you need two things in front of you. First, you need your data reports or trackers. Third and fourth grade, they are the trackers that I created for you. In in K1-2, you need to have your Elluminate open, and I'd suggest having already downloaded your matrix reports. So going into reports, right here, and then going in and downloading by your classroom. A matrix report looks like this, and you want to download it by standards and by question. It'll make it easier to see, and you just want to filter always by that 1201 feature for K-2. If you have those in front of you, the second thing that you need to have in front of you is your Scholar tests, so you can actually look at their scratch paper. First section today is going to be your teacher reflection. What are 2 to 3 gems and 2 to 3 gaps that you noticed in your instruction, as well as in RTI? Your headline data comes from your tracker and your matrix reports. For K-2, you need your network averages and proficiencies. And then everyone, you need your grade level average, your homeroom average, your grade level proficiency, and your homeroom proficiency. To pull your averages in 3rd and 4th grade, you just go to the very bottom of the tracker. FAMI yours was 69%. That's your average. In order to be able to figure out your proficiency, you need to count the total number of kids that are at or above 70% mastery out of your total number of kiddos. So count up all your greens and yellows and then divide it by your total number of kiddos that are in your class. It's a pretty easy thing to do. Let me know if you need any help with it. In K-2, exact same thing. So you can see Brandy's matrix report is right here. Again, count up the total number of kiddos at or above 70% mastery. And you can see in Brandy's class, she has 30 kiddos. Only 3 of those kiddos were below mastery. So it's 27 divided by 30 is her proficiency. Once you get that in there, you're gonna then, You're gonna then start to talk through growth versus the gap. Put your first IA average and proficiencies here, and then your new ones right here, and then identify the growth. Down here is your proficiency data by bucket. So how many kids were within each band. We call this the red, orange, yellow, and green band. You're not going to see orange today because of the way the matrix reports get pulled. But so Brandy only has 1 kiddo in this bucket. She would type in 1, and it was only 1 student. I know that because I pulled her reports, I've been analyzing them. She has 2 kiddos in the next bucket because they fall between 50 and 69%. She would put 2 students here and list off both of their names, X, Y. The amount of kids in each bucket is crucial, and listing them off by name is also crucial because it's going to lead to your analysis. Next section is your standards deep dive. So once you've pulled your reports, you're going to look at each standard and identify what the average is, the amount of kiddos that did not show mastery in it, and why they specifically didn't. This is where it's crucial to have your scholar work in front of you, because sometimes it's not obvious why they have that gap. So make sure to have the scholar work in front of you as you're looking at it. In Brandy's class, she does not have any standards that fall into that first bucket. The second bucket, that 50 to 69%, she has 1, OA7. So Brandy will list off OA7 here. She then needs to go to the Common Core website, list off the exact thing that the standard is, and list off which question it was. So that was question number 1 that her kiddos struggled with. Then what was the average? Which kiddos specifically did not master that? So OA7, we'll go back over here. OA7, so she has quite a few kids right off the bat that did not master it. 1, 2, listing off those kiddos' names, and then you need to look at their work pages to figure out why. Just deleting that. Continue on, yellow and green. The next thing is, before we get into our scope and sequence, is our data analysis framework. So what are the patterns, the relationships, what data supports that, and what's the data saying to you? Finally, what are then the implications of that data? That's going to guide our scope and sequence. Within the scope and sequence, there's 3 sections: do nows, cum review, and full reteach lessons. Do now is any problem at or above 80%. Cum review is anything 60 to 79%, and full reteaches are 0 to 59%. There will be a link to the templates for all of these. I just need to upload them, but you'll have templates that you can fill in and then print off for your kiddos. Do nows, just like we did before, you're going to go into your data report. We can use 3rd and 4th grade for this. So for FAMU, they'll go down and say, whoa, 3.08.1, I had 91% mastery. I know that I'm going to put 3.08.1, as my first one and list off what the standard actually is. What's the rationale for doing that? Well, it was at 90% mastery, so I know I did really good on it. Kids deeply understand because blank. And then what are the implications? I need to figure out what the problem was and what are other problem types that exemplify that, so I can make sure that kiddos are actually ready for it. You're going to duplicate this down here in Cume Review, and you're going to duplicate this in full reteaches. This means on the Monday you get back from completing this document with us, you are launching these do nows in Cume Review. Our last section is goal setting. What are 1 to 2 places that you want to push yourself in the next cycle with CGI and math, as well as in RTI? Again, team, you will walk away from completing this having a full reteach plan, and we'll be ready to rock our next cycle.